Hey, you guys, this is Courtney Camaro. I'm outside of Muhammad Ali's real original home. We're in Chicago, and I wanted to shout out Al's Botanics and Herbs. Man, when I tell you, I am one of those people that has insomnia. I can't sleep. I can't focus on some days because I'm so sleep deprived, and this has helped. This is one of the mixtures he has that helps with sleep.
What's up, man? What up? Yeah, so you know, it's time to play some chess, man. You know, it's time. I'm definitely. I'll say this, man. I've I've met some people, man. I meet people, or not so much meet people, but I see people. And I get inspired. You know what I'm saying? I definitely get inspired, and it's all good. And I struggle with the balance, the balance of negativity and positivity, because the thing is that you don't want to just be 100% positive all the time. You don't want to be like 100% positive, because that's called fake. Okay, that's called fake. It's no such thing as 100. The world is negative and positive. But I struggle with that, and it's kind of the whole like PC thing, or PG, or whatever you want to call it. Like, I mean, I try to show the good and the bad in the world, you know. And I ain't gonna lie, like sometimes that comes off like, I don't know how the world sees that, or how other people see that. Um, Sometimes I don't care, sometimes I do. But the thing is that the world is both positive and also negative. Okay. Um, if you show all positivity, you know, and you're living, and you you get caught up in a scandal, let's say you get big and then you get caught up in a scandal. Guess what? All of your positivity, or whatever that you was living or was talking about, they know the dirt now. So so basically what I'm saying is, what comes out of the darkness comes into the light anyway. So I'm like the person, man. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna talk about the dark shit, and I'm gonna talk about the light shit, because at the end of the day, what I'm saying, it's a certain level of understanding that I do have. And it's a thing that I ain't necessarily worried about what people think too much, because especially people that don't pay my bills, you know, and that goes for about 99.9% of people. They don't pay my bills, you know, so I don't really worry about them. But I have to say, I'm definitely kind of like back at a crossroads of where I'll say I think I do need to put up more effort. I do need to get more involved and talk about certain topics in relation to finance, business, and that's something that I also have to work on in my own personal life. Those are the things that I need to work on. You know, I have to achieve a lot of goals. I have to get some things done that I wanted to do. you know. And instead of just talking about it, I definitely do need to more or less be about it as well, not just talk about it, you know. So, that's that does, I believe, sometimes require some inspiration, you know. And online is some very, very inspiring people, you know, very, very inspiring. One of the things is that you know, a lot of men are devoid of, for whatever reason, feminine energy. They're devoid of it. They're like, kind of pretty much desperate for it. And I'm aware of it. I see it. I can break it down like I just did. People don't necessarily break it down as such. They just say it's a bunch of thirsty dudes, which, yeah, it is. Um, it's not necessarily nothing wrong with being thirsty as well. That's a human trait to a certain extent. And I mean, at least to a point, you got it under control. As long as you have it under control, understanding, yeah, you know what, I am thirsty. You know what I used to say? I'm thirsty and I'm hungry too. I'm starving. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how, you know what I'm saying? I literally, that's what I used to say. I used to say, man, I am thirsty and I am fucking hungry too. I am famished. You know what I'm saying? That's what I used to say. And I still it's times that those are the case. Some people look at it more extreme than others. Some people can't handle it. Some people be, laughing at it. Um, I think all of those people involved, all of those people, however you want to look at it, it's it's without judgment. It's all relative. For example, King Solomon had over 300 wives. I think they said he had about 700 concubines. Okay, 700 concubines. So he didn't have to go. He didn't have to do nothing but just go visit his wives and concubines. It was that easy for him. Okay, that was just for him. Okay, uh, you know, I don't know about anybody else. You know what I'm saying? That was how he had it. But anyway, I gotta get something. I'm gonna play a quick commercial and I'll be right back. Purchase the Millionaire Savings Plan, available on Amazon.com and BrokeGeniuses.com. Learn how to break the paycheck to paycheck cycle, get out of debt, save more money, achieve your financial goals, and live a better life. All right, yeah, I'm back. So yeah, I mean, Genghis Khan, he had a bunch of women as well. They say Genghis Khan has like 10% of the blood DNA of all Asians and some Europeans in his bloodline, because how Genghis Khan used to get down, he basically he was a Mongolian king. He basically, his army was very skilled on horseback. They had spears. They used to throw spears and shoot arrows going full speed on horseback. And they would just come in, villages and kingdoms and basically just come through and ransack everything real quick. And then they would gather slaves. They would use the men as shields for their next conquest. So they had all of these men, right? They had all of these men that they captured as slaves from their conquest, right? And then the women that they had as slaves, they would have them and basically sort them out amongst the cons. Okay, the cons is basically uh the king and all of his men. So they would sort out all of these women and they would distribute them amongst the cons. That's how they get down. It's a true story. So when they go off the war, all of the arrows and spears and everything would hit those male slaves that they caught from the previous conquest. So the most of the arrows didn't even reach them. So by the time they basically kept on and advancing, they they already killed all of the slaves from the previous conquest, which was the men. And then they basically the people that threw all their spears and arrows, they were low, and they would just come through and basically kill off whoever was opposing them. So yeah, I mean that's just how that was. That that was in the 1200s. That wasn't that long ago. Well before Genghis Khan. Solomon. Solomon is like, some people say that's like a mythical figure. There's no actual grave site. A lot of biblical or even Abrahamic prophets, because see, Solomon is the prophet of all of the major three religions: Judaism, Christianity, Islam. They all talk about Solomon. They call him a different name. Christians say Solomon. The Muslims say Suleiman. I think in Jews, I think they say I think it's the same thing, like Solomon or Suleiman or whatever. But yeah, they all talk about Solomon. Okay, so Solomon is like, like I said, they don't have no grave site. They don't have no records as far as like did this guy ever exist. As far as I know, it's just like a lot of things in the Bible or Torah or Quran. They're figures that is no trace of their actual living. So as far as the time frame, I mean, well over 2,000 years ago. As far as how far that goes, as far as him actually, if he did live, it was well over 2,000 years ago. So, uh, yeah, uh, yeah, that's that's how that went down. People, that's how they got down. Like, that's the way they got down. Now, what am I saying? Should dudes go off to war so they can get a bunch of war brides? No, that's not what I'm saying. That's not. That's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying that's how. That's somebody that I would say, as far as when I said Solomon. He didn't have the modern Like if you just say the extreme, like okay, an incel, right? That has no woman whatsoever, no chance of getting a woman. Well, the extreme to that will be Solomon, or even Genghis Khan, that had hundreds, if not in the case of Solomon, thousands of women to choose from. You know, even to be honest with you, let's go there. Let's talk about this channel is all for talking about those discussions that other people don't want to talk about. It might not be something that they really want to talk about. It's uncomfortable. I'm all over the place with this channel, and I understand that. I kind of like it. I think people do like it. I think that you should be all over the place, to a certain extent. I'm definitely, uh, you know, as my channel say, a genius. I definitely wear a lot of hats, but the thing is that when it comes to uh that extreme, people, that's why I mentioned Solomon. Now, Solomon also used to do crazy shit too, though. He used to play with demons. He used to actually get demons to do things for him. That's that's some wild shit. he used to actually kind of like exercise demons and get demons to like do certain things for him. Like a lot of people don't talk about that part of what Solomon used to do. Um, and of course, in order to get concubines, that means you went to war. So also Solomon was a warrior. He was a warrior king. Okay. So and you don't get concubines by just, buying them off of Craigslist back page. you get them through war. Those are war. That's booty. That's war booty. So that's how Solomon he got those concubines. You know. So yeah. See, I could go right into a church tomorrow and start a sermon. I mean, you know what I'm saying? One of the things I have to say, okay. So I'm doing a bishop, okay. I already got the audio and everything. I think it's good enough to be uploaded. It's gonna be previewed, and then it's gonna be on Patreon. But one of the things I'll say about, obviously, a king embodies the entire chessboard. That's what a king is. He embodies all of those pieces of the chessboard. And being a bishop is someone that is in touch with their spirituality. They carry on the customs of their kingdom, religious customs of their kingdom, whatever that is, right? And of course, the king embodies that. Most kings, if they're taught as a young prince, how to, or even if they weren't a prince, they're taught by by the clergymen, or they're taught by the imams, or whatever religion you want to talk about. They learn to be religious scholars when they're young. So by the time they get older, they can understand, just like the bishop has a certain level of understanding of those religious customs, practices, and all of that type of stuff. So very much so that I am, to a certain extent, a theologian. I definitely took a college class, took a college class on theology. Um, and the funny story with that, like, yeah, like, with that class, the funny thing about that class, right? So one of my homies, man, that I grew up with, he he has a whole bunch of children. I mean, now his brother does. So one of the homies that I grew up with, uh, his brother, I think his brother has to have like over 12 children. Over 12 children. I mean, he occasionally, and I understand why, complains about child support. He has like well over like 12 children. I lost count. Like, you know what I'm saying? And the thing is that his one of his wives or ex-wife was in that class, in that religious class that I was taking at a basically a community college. So yeah, like as far as I know, of course I know, the people that got all these kids, but he got like, man. I mean, I joke with him about it. I've joked with him about it, but he's got well over, like I say, definitely 10 kids, like by like 4 or 5 or 6 or 7 baby mamas. He even got he goes back and forth to the islands. I'll just say the islands. We're not giving his whole thing up. he go he goes to the Caribbean islands basically to visit one of his kids. From time to time. He has a daughter, and I mean this dude, man. Shoot, yeah, man. He got a lot of kids, man. But I'm gonna go right into it. You know what I'm saying? This is definitely some this is live chess right here. you know I'm gonna play me some chess. And the word of the day is inspiration. I am inspired, to a certain degree. Not misinformed, but definitely inspired. Definitely inspired. You know what I'm saying? I'm definitely inspired. you know I'm basically inspired. Yeah. But sometimes when I see inspiration, I really gravitate toward it. It makes it makes me, you know, inspired. You know what I'm saying? So we playing Roundhouse Blues from Venezuela. Venezuela. Ooh, Venezuela. So yeah, Venezuela, man. I think that's that country that they basically um put their currency into crypto or something like that. I think one of those countries, yeah, that put their money into crypto. And shit, crypto didn't really, it didn't it started, basically crypto has been, it's kind of been in a tailspin. Um it hasn't really, so Bitcoin cryptos had a bull run back in uh basically, I want to say uh I want to say 2020. Okay. 2020 is where the last cryptocurrency bull run. Okay, this was like, it was back like let's see, was it 2020 or 2021? Yeah, it was definitely 2020. Definitely 2020. Cause I remember, because I was living with my grandma. I was living with my grandma, and her, and basically dealing with that. And I remember, listening to people, and then, crypto. Um Bitcoin was like at, I want to say, 60,000 or something like that. $60,000 or some shit like that. It was up there as far as price. Um, it was pretty high. Um, and basically, everybody was talking about it. Everybody was talking about crypto, 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 crypto. Everybody, everybody was talking about crypto. I mean, people made entire channels based off of crypto, and then it kind of went rogue. It went rogue, and basically had a huge, what would be called a market correction, and people that made certain decisions, it kind of like, it's kind of like, like a kind of a situation where it's very, very risky. um very risky, such as, the football player that, got paid in crypto and all that type of stuff, that those decisions were, people were kind of looking at that, uh, uh, like, wow, this is kind of tripped out, but yeah, that's what happened. You know what I'm saying? Definitely happened. Crypto still hasn't recovered. And I ain't gonna lie. You see, one of the things that is very kind of like you could see on my channel is that I missed out on a lot of opportunities. You see it in real time. You see my foolishness in real time, because basically I should have um, did everything I could to get Dogecoin, to get, like, I'm talking about, you know, I should have did everything that was in my power to get Dogecoin, and I didn't. So what is he doing? Okay, this dude, he's trying to. Okay, all right. So if I do that, it's no change. It's no change. Oh, so it's a goofy mob. Okay, cool. Love. All right, we got a goofy mob. All right, yeah. See, and here's another thing. You know what I'm saying? Here's another thing. Uh,
That basketball, turn to a my little nigga, my little nigga, he on the run. Hold him down just to make it boom.
So after we close this one up, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, yeah. I mean, basically, you seen my foolishness in so many ways. You seen my foolishness. And my foolishness have lost me opportunities. You know what I'm saying? In real time. Just like this goofy mark that I'm playing. I mean, you seen that shit. He be saying I'm the GOAT and then just bounce. I think you be gaslighting me, man. Are you studying? Okay. Uh yeah, man. You seen my foolishness in real time, man. You know what I'm saying? Definitely. I've seen it. You know. Let me humble myself, you know, before I you know what I'm saying, do anything else is foolish. So yeah, seeing more foolishness in real time. You know. Oh, okay. I mean, shoot. I believe you. I believe. Hey, you know, like I say, you know, I've done some foolish shit, man. In my, you know, recently, like on real time, you can see it. Like, damn, this dude's what the hell wrong with this guy, man? You know, I mean, like I'm giving you advice. If you really literally take me serious, you're gonna make some money. You're gonna make some tons of money. And I won't even do it. Imagine a motherfucker giving you advice and he don't even do the shit. That shit is crazy, ain't it? Like it's like a poor righteous teacher that basically just don't even follow what he teaches, which it is some people to do that. A lot of things are money related, but you gotta really just, it's not even money related. I'm gonna be honest with you. It's just basically being on survival mode. And then just not going balls to the walls with it. But I'm gonna tell you, I've been doing something. I've been doing something called options trading. You know, and with that options trading, if I gather myself so I can continue to you know uh, take war brides. You know, basically, you know, I'm gonna cover that ground. You know, it's in the works. You know what I'm saying? But what I'm telling you is, in short, I should have been extremely aggressive. Extremely aggressive. It was times that called for aggression, such as, you know, extreme measures, like sell everything I got, damn near buy a whole bunch of Dogecoin, hold it, shut the fuck up, sit down, boom. Life would have been forever changed. And I knew Dogecoin I was banking on it. I was in a group that was waiting on Dogecoin to bust. Like a John in a South Side brothel. And I knew it was gonna bust, man. And it was like the opportunity was there and everything. And I just remember catching myself on live stream talking about this and then not actually even capitalizing on it the way I should have. And I'll just say this: don't be relaxed, be aggressive. You know, like them cheerleaders say when you know you go watch, you know, high school basketball or even football. Cheerleaders like, be aggressive, be aggressive, be aggressive. You know, you gotta be aggressive sometime when it's a calming. You gotta, man, you gotta be aggressive. you gotta not forget what the fuck is going on. Sometimes the atmosphere changes and things change. You gotta tap into that shit. That's the time that you pull that cosmic force and that energy, and you tap into what you know you need to do. Give me that, right? You know, that's why I knew it was time to play chess. Okay. People not, you know what I'm saying? Like, people forgot who the fuck I am. They don't know who the fuck I am. I said, I got to remind to myself and to the universe of who the fuck I am. You know, at the at the core of me, like, you know what I'm saying? Me and my, like, you know what I'm saying? One of the things I will say, like, one of my homies I went to high school with, one of my best road dogs, you know, we used to man, we shoot, man, we was doing things in high school that adults complain about they can't do now. I'll just say it like that. As far as, like, we used to leave high school, man, shit. You know, you know, like I said, I want to be PG, man, but you know what I'm saying? I just can't do it sometimes, man. But, you know, he was in the chess club in high school. I used to come to the chess club and I play a few games or two. I was not in the chess club. The only thing that I did in high school was wrestle my freshman year and my sophomore year in high school. And then I was a swimming instructor my senior year. I learned how to swim, and then I taught the underclass how to swim, you know, for like a period. Because, like, after a while, after you finish all your classes, you have like free periods and stuff like that. So yeah, that's pretty much mostly what I've done in high school. As far as in high school, I mean, outside of high school, I played baseball. I played little league all the way to pony league. So from time I was 8 years old to 16, I played baseball, you know. So, but yeah, I've done all kind of shit. I was in the Cub Scouts, Boy Scouts. You know, I could very well be the next president of the United States. You know, I have a very good resume. My balance of the things that I did that was bad versus the things that I was good that I did good, it balances out, you know. But yeah, man, I had to remind myself and others of who the fuck I am. That's sometimes you gotta put people in their place. No, who know the fuck I am? You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, and you gotta think about it like this. Imagine a woman complaining to me at this point, at my age, knowing who I am, knowing what I do, knowing what I know how to do, what I'm capable of. A woman wanting me to follow her lead and not being comfortable to follow my lead. Bitch, you can't beat me in no motherfucking chess, and you can't whoop my ass. Why the fuck I follow you? Beat me in chess then. At least beat me in chess. Can't you? Oh, you don't know how to play chess? Okay. Well, what shit? Obviously, I know how to make a fucking move. I know how to make a decision. I know how to fucking be victorious. You know what I'm saying? Like, just that alone, I just be thinking in my head when I listen to somebody. I'm like, bitch, you can't beat me in no fucking chess. You can't even beat me in chess. So that let me know right there who you should follow. You should follow me. And then I don't care if you know you got some nerdy women. You got some women that actually will beat the shit out of me in chess, but you can't beat my ass though. That's the final end all be all to that. You can't whoop my ass. And I know as women, they're gonna start doing push-ups tomorrow and playing chess. but you still ain't gonna be able to whoop my ass. So yeah, yeah, that and that's just not that, man. I was in the Navy, you know what I'm saying? So you got to, in order to defeat me and me to follow you like a bitch, you have to fucking follow what the fuck I've done in life and do better as well, or at least match me. Okay, you got to go to the Navy. No, you got to start off as a little girl. You got to be in the Girl Scouts. Have you been in the Girl Scouts? No, unqualified, underqualified. I ain't gonna even talk about all of the things I had to overcome, as far as life. I haven't even talked about that because, it's embarrassing. No, most people don't talk about their plights and struggles that they have overcame. But yeah, you have to, it's Cub Scouts, okay. Do you play any sports or whatever? Or, you know how to, play tennis, golf. You know how to swim. Can you go into Lake Michigan and swim? And be honest with you, Lake Michigan is very, very dangerous because even if you know how to swim, you have to know how to swim in a what is called undertow. And undertows are very, very dangerous. Lake Michigan, people talk about Chicago shootings and shit like that. The Midwest, Illinois, is a very, very dark place. It's a very dangerous place. And I'm laughing to just basically just comfort you. But the Lake Michigan has killed so many kids than you never even imagine or even think of. Lake Michigan has killed so many people. People go out there trying to swim, and then they have these undertows. Like, okay, one of my ex managers, he was a lifeguard for the Chicago Park District. He said he rescued so many dead bodies from little kids because they don't know how to swim. And then if you really think about it, if you're a parent, all of these parents, like low grade parents, they take their children swimming, and their children and then themselves, they don't know how to swim. You ever thought about that? And then people will just be like, you know what? That's Darwinism taking effect. And it's it's like, man, it's like, damn, I mean, you can't argue against it. Man, one year, like fairly recent in the 2000s, like 2000 something, I don't remember. It was over 30 something children drowned in Lake Michigan over the summer. It was like crazy. Like, I'm talking about like Chicago, the lakefront, Lake Michigan, over 30 children drowned. Because they have seasons where, okay, undertow is you just regular swim in a pool, a deep pool, whatever, you know how to swim. Well, undertow is actually a force of like some type of like downward current that basically takes you down. It takes you, so if you know how to swim, that's not enough. You got to know how to, you have to know how to swim against an undertow. That's some scary ass shit right there. Because they don't even teach you that shit in the fucking military, how to swim against an undertow. I myself, I know how to swim, but you're supposed to swim against the current of an undertow. So the undertow is sweeping you left. You're supposed to swim to the right, I believe. Let me Google that shit. So, because that's some scary, that's some shit that might save your life. Because I don't want to give any bad information on that shit, because that might be your last information. I believe you're supposed to swim against an undertow. and it's okay. So this is what it says right here about an undertow. It's some scary ass shit. And I'm gonna ask you a question. I just gotta get this one together here. So this is what it says with the undertow. So surviving an undertow, the critical thing is to swim steadily upward until you break the surface. You can take a deep breath. In most cases, you should be able to swim slowly back to the beach. And it cuts off, but it says as an undertow is not powerful enough to prevent this. I don't know. I don't know if that's, do you really want to stomach that? But let's play a video real quick because I never really researched this because I don't really go in Lake Michigan like that, but I do. I do in certain regards. I do go to. I don't necessarily get in the water per se, because the water has so many chemicals in it, so many toxic parasites in there. I don't go to that beach anymore. It's too polluted.
So what should you do if you find yourself in trouble in the water?
The first thing that you can do to help is to stay calm. Try and relax, try and control your breathing.
Then get in what's called the safe swim position, demonstrated for Inside Edition by Fire Department Officer Tom Farrell.
So you'd end up being like this, with your feet out of the water.
That's going to give you the ability to see what's in front of you. It's going to give you the ability to push off with your largest muscle group, which is your legs, and have a little bit more control.
If you're on the shore and witness a tragedy unfolding, Sacramento Fire Department Captain Brian Gonsalves has this advice.
If you see somebody in distress, you can remember reach, throw, row, go.
Try to reach them with a branch or oar. Throw a life jacket or life ring. Row if you can get to a boat.
The last-ditch effort is to go in the water and actually go and swim to them. You'd have to be a very strong swimmer to be able to pull somebody out of the water.
All good tips to help you avoid a nightmare like this.
So yeah, yeah, you go take your children to the beach, to Lake Michigan. You don't know how to swim yourself. You definitely don't know how to swim in an undertow. And you basically, your children are gone, or one or two or whatever, they're gone. You can't get in the water and save them. The lifeguard can only save one or two people at a time. That's one of the things about Lake Michigan that a lot of people don't talk about. People talk about Chicago shootings and shit like that. That shit really don't scare me, but Lake Michigan, a Lake Michigan undertow, does. Usually in Chicago, if nobody bothers you, nobody will. If you don't bother anybody, nobody will bother you. That's typically how that works. But an undertow don't give a hell. Shoot, polymath basically means various different subjects. I mean, science, math, history, whatever you comfortable with. Actually, I mean, my thing is definitely history. My level of history is that of on the level of, I would say, a PhD. Technology shit, IT shit. I'm an expert. Very few things I could say I'm an expert in. IT is one of those things. I've been doing this shit paid for over 15 years now. I'm an expert. I can go to work, but I can work butt naked and do my job. I mean, they really, to be honest, if they could actually send a fucking Freightliner with a fucking 53-footer trailer, bring all the computers to my house, and then I work from home, and then I just ship out all the computers. Like I image them and just ship all the computers. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like that would probably be more efficient for me in my job, you know what I'm saying, to work out, because shit, like I hate fucking getting up and going to work every fucking day. You know, it sucks. But yeah, like I can do my job, man. I used to work, I work remote during the pandemic. I mean, I can log into your computer right now with a Team Viewer and fix your computer. As long as you're able to get on the internet with your computer to get a network, I can remotely log into your computer and fix whatever the problem is. Whether you're having a problem with Outlook, you know, you having a problem with like your computer running slow, I can even help you like re-image your computer through a remote session. You know, but I also am a handyman. I can install drywall. I can change a light bulb. I can change a light receptacle, a outlet. You know, you have those outlets where you come in the room and it'll just automatically turn on by the sensor. It has a sensor in it. I can just take me like 30 minutes, charge somebody $100, and I can just change that. I can install a door. The door on my house, I did it myself. I literally found a door. I was like doing DoorDash. I found somebody throwing out a door. I just so happened to need a door. And it was like the door with the window on it. So you got a regular door, like an entry-level steel door. The ones that don't have no window on it, they like cheaper. The ones that actually have a window on it, they like 100. That window, being able to see on the other side, is like $100 more. So a standard like door with no peephole, no you can't see on the other side, is like $100 and some dollars, like $150. The door with the glass where you can see on the outside, that's like $250. Just because the ability to see, and that's valuable, to see on the other side of that door, that glass door. I found one of those just laying around. I put it in my van and I installed it in my door, like my entryway. Like I can't do everything. Like I'm not an expert, like a complete hand. Like my handyman that I hire, he knows everything as far as damn near with a house. He can do plumbing. He could do electrical. He could do also even like HVAC. He can install a ductwork, help you install a ductwork or fix it. He can install a furnace. You know, he don't know how to do AC work though. But that's probably one thing he don't know how to do. He don't know how to do AC work. But if you think about it, right? If you know how to fix a house, how many people live in a house? In the United States, how many people live in a house? How many people live in a building, an apartment building? I mean, if at the bare minimum, you will never, if the brokest moment in your life, all you need is your tools, and you can go like help you know, the women live by themselves. They got to hire, you know, everybody just about to help them with their house, or old people. You know, you could just be a handyman. It's people that's just a handyman. That's all they do. My handyman. He just been a handyman for like 40 years. He you know, he survives well. You know, he got a crack addiction, but you know, he does all of that basically, um, and survives just by being a handyman in one of the, and not necessarily a rich city. You know, Gary, Indiana is not necessarily. I mean, it's weird because like technically Gary is rich, and then it's got two sides. You got Miller Beach, and then you got, you know, like basically Gary. Miller Beach is like where the mansions are. It's like by the beach, by Lake Michigan, and it's actually like, yeah, it's very like it's $1 million properties off of Miller Beach. You know, so it's kind of like people don't really understand Gary. Even me, I didn't even understand it. But Miller Beach is like part of Gary technically. So yeah, if you know how to fix houses, cars, if you think even a car, I've seen some struggling mechanics, some bummed out mechanics, right? But really, nah. Like the most brokest mechanic got money. They got at least a place to live, and then they working out of AutoZone or a auto parts store or their garage. The dudes that work out of their garage, they balling. Cause you gotta get your car fixed. Most people can't afford to go to no dealer. A dude that know how to fix let's just say domestic autos, and then they know how to do foreign cars too. Let's just keep it with domestics. Man, they going, dude, you need what? Your brakes went out. You need rotors and let's just say you need rotors and brakes. That could be like if you go to a dealer, that's like damn near $1,000. A alley mechanic with a garage, he gon' basically do it for like $200, and then you just got to bring the parts, and you can get the parts, you know what I'm saying, cheap online. You know, he done made $200. It's gonna take him, like, I know how to change, I know how to fix cars too. I'm a novice though. For an expert mechanic, a mechanic can knock out for front rotors, pads, can do that within less than 2 hours tops. A real good one can do it within an hour. You just made $200 an hour. You know, and then you still got they swapping engines, transmissions. You know, a transmission job could be like $1,000. You go to a dealer, they're gonna charge you 2 or 3 or even more $1,000 to install a transmission. Alley mechanic knock it out for $1,000. It might take him a couple days, you know, maybe a day. He done made $1,000 in one day. When I had my computer shop, people used to forget they Windows password. It used to take me 5 minutes to crack their Windows password. I used to tell them, this was what I used to tell them. I used to tell them, come back in about an hour. The reason why I told them to come back in an hour, because I didn't want them to know how fast I can do it. If they knew how fast I can do it, they would feel like they're getting taken advantage of by me charging them $60 to crack their Windows password. Now, it's people that charge way more than that. You can just think about it. you don't know your Windows password. You need the contents of your computer, the documents, pictures, files, all that. I could have well charged 100. I could have charged 100 or 150 or even more. It still would take me 5 seconds. I mean, 5 minutes to actually crack the Windows password. I had to tell them, yeah, come back in an hour, because them understanding it takes a long time. It would, not look like how easy it actually is. I had to play it off. They don't know how easy it is. So for example, it's kind of like this, right? It's a story. Um, I don't know where I heard this story. I think I heard it from somebody off YouTube or something like that. But basically, it's like this. So a ship was stuck at a dock, and it was like, kind of just like the engine wouldn't turn on or whatever. And they hired an engineer to get the engine to work. The engineer charged them $20,000, or no, $200,000 to fix the engine on this cargo ship. And the engineer came with a hammer, and he basically started banging on the engine, and then all of a sudden the engine got it to work. He got the engine to work on the ship. And the ship's captain was like, or the ship's owner was like, what the fuck? Like, you just basically charged us $200,000 to bang on this engine. And the engineer was like, no, I charged you for all of the years and educational skills I had to attain to know how and where to hit the engine to get the engine to start. Basically, like, that's kind of like it is. Like, people undervalue what they know. They undervalue their skills. Like, for example, this is what happens with relationships too. Men can take advantage of women because they're just way too smart for their own good. This is what happens with a lot of times with like smart, nerdy beta males that are highly skilled. It is guys that basically they do know quite a bit, and they run circles around women after a while because they start to learn certain things, and they don't researched and took things serious, and they look like wizards because it's like, damn, this dude, he's a kind of quote unquote nerd, but he knows how to get me off. He knows how to do certain things that other people can't do. He don't let me take advantage of him, and it's just all these things, and they just like, they sit back and all like, damn, this dude, man, he really, he's not like some masculine dude, but he's like, a wizard to the women because he know how to, he's highly skilled in the body of a woman. He just read a bunch of books. He researched, and then boom, I mean, it's like, basically what I'm saying is it's a multitude of subjects you could learn. Some are harder than others. I had to learn math. I struggled in math. I had to learn, algebra and stuff at a later time. But I would definitely say history is very important. You can actually you can make money off of that. Right now, I'm gonna tell you what I've learned. Okay, let's go back to options. So yesterday I made $50. I made $50 in less than an hour trading options. Okay. Now I'll say this, I lost $200 also trading options. Um between this week and last week. So what I did losing the $200, I didn't read the charts. I didn't chart. How I won the $50 in less than an hour, I analyzed the charts of that particular stock. The first stock I lost $200 off of, it was a whim and just basically news stories and shit like that. The second time where I won $50 in less than an hour, and I could have even made more if I held on for it a little bit longer, was I looked at the charts. I saw that the chart patterns was leaning toward it going upward. It was a gut call though. It was definitely a part of it was a notion or some type of kind of gut call, as far as like a thought, or kind of a feeling, or whatever you could even say. And at first I was going to put a put again. I was like, nah, let me make this a call. So I bought a call and I won. I mean, I said one. I mean, I made like $50 within less than an hour. Now here's the thing, and I'm not trying to talk about, I'm not trying to get anybody to gamble or anything like that, but I made like $500 like off of this NBA finals and playoff series, like for the Miami Heat and Celtics game. I won like $300, man. And it was my first time ever betting on sports bet. I ain't never bet no online sports bet in my life. You know what I'm saying? And I was listening to Platinum Elite, and he was talking about, like, you know what I'm saying, what the point or whatever the points were for that game. And I was like, I already had the app on my phone, and I was going to go watch the game at Hooters. And I just said, man, I just bet, bet it up. And yeah, man, I took, though, my knowledge of playing basketball, though, knowing, okay, I took advantage of me knowing the game of basketball. I've been playing basketball, not on a team sport, but basically I've been playing since like I was a kid. So and then I played with people that was in the pros and stuff like that in college, as far as like just recreational. So I knew, like, I basically knew, I bet like something like it was like 12 minutes left. It was going to be that if it was 3 more dunks, basically 2 plus dunks, you would get like $300. I was like, basically, it's a very strong possibility with 12 minutes left, it's going to be 2 or more dunks. Man, and I think, like, yeah, Jimmy Butler got a dunk, somebody else got a dunk, and then, somebody else, I think like Tatum dunked or something like that. And it was like, man, boom, I won $300. Like, but I knew basketball, 12 minutes left. A lot of times in the fourth quarter, people gonna slam dunk. Jimmy Butler got a breakaway dunk. If you steal a ball, you break away the chance, 9 times out of 10, that's gonna be a dunk right there. So you know, basically I did that, and then shit, this is kind of luck, but what did I do that last game, man? I had like $10 and I won like 300. What was that I won 300 off of? I gotta see what the hell that was. Let me see what that was or whatever. Let me see what this was. Let's see. Oh yeah. So here's the thing. This was more of like a cosmic notion. Like not a cosmic, but like a notion. I kind of thought that Miami Heat was gonna win the game. This is just kind of like it ain't nothing to do with like I was like, okay, game 2, they probably gonna game up, right? So I bet Miami Heat would come back from 15 to win the game. If you really think about it, right? That Denver Nuggets series, the first game, people was probably already like, man, Djokovic got it, man. He got it, man. He got it, man. It's the the Serbian freak, man. He got it, man. He too strong in the hole. He too strong in the hole. And dude is cold. Dude, this Djokovic is no joke. That dude, man, is a free agency gem. Whoever scouted and got Djokovic, man, I hope he did get some bonuses or whatever. Man, that dude cold, man. Cause see, like, here's the thing. It's certain jobs people don't talk about. Like I talked about this before. There's sports scouts. How people got Pippen, you know what I'm saying? How people got, I mean, everybody knew about Jordan. He was like the number 2 basketball player in the nation, college basketball player in the nation. Everybody knew who Jordan was. But Pippen, it took a level of scouting to find Pippen, to find certain players for like the Chicago Bulls. Certain NBA scouts or even sports scouts, they scout around to find players. Whoever found Djokovic was, as far as scouting, was the man. Now, here's the thing. This was just a notion, a shot in the dark. I only had $10 in my account. I take this serious, but not really. But the thing is that I don't want to fall into the ploy of, me winning money and then actually taking this really serious, but because that leads down a road that I really don't want to go down. But I mean, my daddy was a gambler to a certain extent, and I see where things kind of messed up with him, but I ain't trying to necessarily take that to go too crazy with it. If anything, if I can make some money off of it, so be it. Shit, I thought about it, like, if you got some people that made money off DraftKings, like fantasy sports and shit, they made millions of dollars. Well, they made like, I remember I worked with a dude. He said he made like 20 grand a year just doing fantasy sports with like DraftKings or FanDuel. Well, if my calling, just so be it, is that I'm really good at sports betting, hey, it is what it is, my dude. If you see me in the Lambo and that's how I got that Lambo, hey, it is what it is, bro. I'm I'm okay with that. Now, the thing is that it was a notion, it was a thought, it was a shot in the dark. I didn't know that Miami would win the game. I did not know that. Okay, obviously I did. I just thought that they would because Miami is a good team, as you saw in game 2. They have the capacity to beat Denver, a very, very strong team, a very lively team with a very skilled center in the Djokovic guy. But, okay, Bam Adebayo, okay, I think he's Nigerian or half Nigerian or something like that. Bam had a good game. He played. They obviously told him, "Hey, we need you." He showed up for the he took on that call. That was how they won. It wasn't necessarily Jimmy Butler. It was Bam Adebayo. Bam had a good game. He got like 20 some points. Djokovic had got 40 some points. But like, just believe it or not, I didn't know also like they would come down from a deficit of 15. I think that's like an NBA fucking finals history or some shit. I had no fucking idea that they would come back 15-1. It was a shot in the dark, but it was like, it was really high odds. It was like 21. It was like 2,100 points as far as like plus 2,100, whatever that means as far as odds. And it just kind of like, I think about it like, damn, dude, why didn't you just put 100 on there? Shit, I could have put 100 on that motherfucker. Like, I ain't gonna say I could have put 1,000 on there, but because 1,000 would have got me, $2,100. Not 1,000. 100 would have got me 2,100. 1,000 would have got me $21,000. Now 1,000 would have hurt me for a while. A hundo, nah. Hundo wouldn't have hurt. A hundred wouldn't have hurt me. Nah. When I lost that $200 in options, I watched a video from an old white dude that was talking about certain mindsets and stuff like that, and how you have a caveman mindset, and a lot of times we go with that mindset, and it's really like a mindset that you don't want to lose, and you just have to take your losses and keep going. And that helped me close out that trade, and then just kind of take it as a lesson learned and move on, because I know this is a lesson learning thing. Like I told you, I tell you what I'm gonna do. I say I'm gonna start getting into options. This is a learning lesson for me. They ain't my first options trade. I mean, after so many years, I'm getting the options. Once I get into options, and once I do that, I have to learn how to do things the right way. I have to take what I learned from trading, from charting, and put it in and apply it to options. And if you see my Porsche, just don't hate on me. That's all I'm saying. Just don't hate on me, bro. I took what I knew and I applied it. You didn't respect what I had to tell you. That's all I'm gonna say. You gotta respect the game, and you gotta respect somebody that already gave you the game for free or for a little cost to kneel. And now that somebody, like I say, you see me driving my Porsche, you know what I'm saying? You see me balling in my Lambo, I don't want to hear it. You know what I'm saying? You can hate on me from afar. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm gonna say, bro. That's all I'm gonna say. But yeah, man, I've said quite a bit with that. Hopefully that answers your question there. And yeah, I'm going to buy a goat. I'm gonna buy a goat. You know, I'm West African, so you know, I'm gonna buy me a goat. I'm gonna take a picture in front of my Porsche with a chain holding my goat, and then I'm gonna put Dave Towel. I'm gonna put Dave Towel on the picture, or in the caption. I'm gonna put this to Dave Towel, and that's gonna be about probably 90 days from now. So, all right. So yeah. Anyway, let's play another game here. And of course, I'm going to buy me another property. Of course, I'm going to definitely buy me another house. It might be the house across the street. If I can get that dude to go lower on his price, because he talking crazy. I gotta close this out and open up a new window. He talking crazy, man. But if I own the house across the street, I own the entire block on both streets. So I'll have both corners and the entire block. So I could walk across the street to both houses, and then work on one while I'm already in one. Then I'm already gave y'all to play for the tiny home. That's coming soon. That's gonna come soon, pretty much. You know, that's coming. And then the millennials, they're gonna be pissed off because they complain about housing. And then I build a tiny home for 15,000 or less than actually 10. And then housing. It's like, nah, you want things a certain way. That's what it is. You want things a certain way. And it ain't gonna necessarily all the time be that way. You know what I'm saying? It ain't gonna be that way all the time. Sometimes you gotta scale up. You gotta scale up. I'll be right back, man. Let me go put on my watch, man. Cause I usually, when I wake up, like, I forget to put my watch on, and then I'm like, damn, you know, if I go to sleep with it, I'll have it on tomorrow. Because I will say this, I think you should get into watches, man. You should get into watches. You know, so when somebody talking about asking you questions or some shit, and then they not respecting what you're talking about, you can look at your watch and be like, you know what, I gotta go. I got a meeting to go to. And basically, your watch is they entire salary for the year. It's about It's about 50 grand. It's a rare Rolex that's solid gold. Be like, you know what? It's, I got a meeting to go to. I'll catch you later. Or you could just say something. You could say something like, you know what? I gotta call HR. They messed my check up. Oh man. So I'm too in. You know what? I'm gonna just leave it like that, man. 2-0. Yeah, I'm gonna leave it like that. Man. What's up, man? What's up? So I got a dilemma with this cat, man. So I got this cat, man. This cat, come here. This cat is basically it's just a standard domestic short hair, And I if I go get my plan was to get a Bengal cat, a rare breed cat, and basically just get that cat and then breed the cat to get some more kittens or whatever. And it's like I got this cat now, and it's like, man, if I go get a Bengal female, I'm just creating some damn mutts basically. And it's like, man, I'm like, well, what do I do? Should I just make some Bengal cat mutts or just kind of like separate both of them or something, or it would be wrong to just neuter the cat and then that way I can control it. I just thought about that, but that's kind of wrong, man. I don't want to, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to I don't want to I don't want to follow Rollo Tomasi's advice with my cat. I don't want to neuter my cat, man, just so I can not have Bengal cat mutts. They actually have some cats, man, that's very, very expensive. Let me introduce you to a Savannah cat. Let me introduce you to this cat that's very, very expensive. This cat can go up to like $20,000. Damn. Yeah, this cat can go up to like $20,000, man. Shout out to people that flipped they woman's taxes and actually made some money and actually became a legend. Shout out to you guys, man. You guys are legends. So this is basically a Savannah kitten, and it's $13,500. And the reason why this is expensive is it's called, you see that F1 right there? That F1 means that, so a Savannah cat is several cat that's mixed with like basically a domestic cat, because a several is a wild cat from Africa, in case you didn't know. So F1 means that this is direct lineage. This cat's father or mother was from or mother actually is from a several. Okay, so that's what that F1 is. So F2 is, basically two Savannah cats that made it with each other, and then they got all the way down to F4. That's the cheapest cat. But F1 means this is a true Savannah cat. Its father, father or mother was an actual several, wild several or whatever. And basically this is why it's so expensive. And they could be upwards of over $20,000. But see, here's the thing. You buy this cat one time. I'm a hustler, man. I ain't nothing but I'm man. Man. I ain't nothing. I'll be trying to tell y'all, man. I ain't nothing but a hustler, man. Ain't nothing but if you that's why when I fall down, you know what I'm saying? I be even looking at people that be down, like, homeless people and shit. I feel bad for them because it's like that hustle brain, that motherfucker, that hustle mindset is a motherfucker, man. Now it's helpful that I'm in this country because if you in another country trying to hustle is kind of harder. It is harder. But having that mentality, having that right mentality, that hustle mentality, I've fell down and I've gotten back up many times. Like I know how to take $10 and turn it into 100. I've actually done it plenty of times. A dollar turning it into 20. I've done it. I swear to God. Or out of thin air. I'm gonna tell you something. Okay, how Best Buy makes his money and survive so many years. They have Geek Squad. You know the beautiful thing about IT. One of the things about IT that's so excellent. You're making, or anything the value of skills. The value of skills is you can make money out of thin air. All you need is to put up basically the your labor, and you need the materials, right, or whatever, right? You're not buying the materials because you're fixing someone else's stuff, so they have to pay for the materials. You already have the tools, and in some cases you can charge for the tools. They could pay for the tools if if they really want the work done, and you're making money out of thin air. It's 100% profit margin. Being able to fix computers is 100% profit margin. So Geek Squad, that was how they was able to make so much money. They're making so much money off of their techs. Their techs are grossly underpaid. Some of the most underpaid in the IT world. Geek Squad technicians make the least out of a lot of different technicians. I mean, it looks good on your resume, but they the least paid. But yeah, I mean, you're making 100% profit because you're doing the work or whatever. Now, when you work in a job, your job is literally robbing you. Your job is your job is robbing you because you're giving them a discount, a gross discount off of your labor. For example, to fix a LCD screen on a laptop, I charge about 100 and let's just say $75 or $180. That's basically a truck roll fee for me to come to your house and fix your laptop. So I make less than, I'll just say this, I make less than $50 an hour from my job. And I fix screens all the time. Like I pop in screens, and I did like the most I did like 4 screens a day, repair LCD screen, swapped it out. That's How much money is that? Like basically, I'm giving a gross discount, a substantial discount, you know, to this damn company. You know, that's damn, where this shit go? Okay. That's like basically I'm giving this company, I would make $700 if I did that on my own personal business. I don't even make $50 an hour. Okay. Which $50 an hour is roughly, that's close to 100. That's about 100 grand a year. It's the whole six figures, you know. So the thing is, the trade-off is, you ask yourself, is why you would work then? Well, they're bribing you to give you you giving them a discount, but you on payroll. You're on payroll. Even in downtimes, you're getting paid. It's consistent. Business can be very, very inconsistent. When business is very consistent, you're not thinking of, you got to go get a job. Your business is your job. Your business is making you money. That money, you can hire other people to work for you, you know, train them and all that other stuff. Money, consistent money overrides the need for a job. Like if you're making a lot of consistent income off of whatever you're doing, you don't need a job. That is your job, you know. So that's why people work jobs, because they can't make money on their own, basically, in short, or they don't know how to. And if they did do it, they did it, and they weren't making as much money as they were at their job, right? So they just basically that's why they work a job. But this one cat, man, you'll be set for life. Like you should never look at the price. I mean, the price is the price, but it's just like what I was saying with the tiny homes. You know, okay, yeah, housing is fucked up, yeah. What are you gonna do about it though? You crying about it, what are you gonna do? Like, you gonna start offing you ain't gonna start offing Gen X, and then Gen X ain't doing well either. Who you gonna off? You gonna off the boomers? They're already dying. You know, they already dying. Okay, their property, their income is gonna go to their kids, whoever they are, and then they gonna blow it. Most people blow. Okay, let's look up. Okay, I'm talking about the wealth transfer. Let me see if I can find something here. So we looking at inheritance. A lot of people blow their inheritance. Yeah. Yeah. How about that shit, man? See, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people blow their inheritance, man. They blowing. They blowing their inheritance.
Message.
Look at this shit here. 1 out of 3 people. This is a new stat for you. So you millennials, like, you know, even Gen Xers, like, You get the money from your parents actually did have an inheritance. 1 out of 3 blows their inheritance.
And it's a funeral, so I'm emotional. I'm crying. I'm a mess. No. No. She wasn't ready. She wasn't ready.
You don't got control of your emotions. You're a narcissist. So that means you think that you're so high and everybody's below you and dumb and stupid. You don't take people's advice seriously. You're an atheist, so you don't even believe in God. You don't have you say you're a spiritualist, but you're spiritually dead. You don't have any replacement. You don't practice yoga. You don't go to no yoga meetings or meditation. You don't have no meditation. You don't go to no meditation retreats. You don't practice meditation, whatever. You don't have nothing to replace this quote unquote religion that you don't follow anymore. So you become what? A fucking savage heathen. An idiotic savage heathen. That's the only thing left, right? Now, some of these things I struggle with as well. And I get myself back into it. But I'm just saying, you don't take things serious. If you don't take things serious, that also means you don't take your finances serious. You blow it. You get an inheritance, you go buy cars. Your parents did not fucking live like you're living with their inheritance. Fucking buying just random cars and random shit. They actually work hard every fucking day in, day out, working for the man. You know what I'm saying? Putting in work hours, overtime, all this shit, and spending their money slow. They got an inheritance of $100,000, and then you blow it because you ain't got no control of your emotions. You don't take money serious. You don't take life serious. Boom, gone, finito. And then you on some bum shit complaining. Seen it happen so many times. That's why I created this channel. I've struggled, you know what I'm saying, with money. You know what I'm saying? I that's why people don't like me. I'm probably the most hated motherfucking financial channel on YouTube. I mean, I tell things that how it is, and I talk about things as they go. And yes, one of the things I've learned tonight, and you have learned as well, is 1 in 3 Americans who get an inheritance blow it. You can't. This is Market Watch. Market Watch is verified data. I ain't even got to open the article up. I could just kick my feet up right now. But now, you don't respect we just old niggas or olders or whatever, old dudes or young old dude, whatever you want to call us. We don't know nothing. No, we don't know anything. We just live life, bust nuts, ate sandwiches, food, drink water, and just lived in a prison for however long we lived. We absolutely don't know anything. It's nothing you could learn from us. Just be some type of heathenistic monster that doesn't believe in anything but themselves. And then show me how that's working out for you. Show me how that's working out for you. How's that working out for you? You're making tons of money at your job. You're making tons of money at your job. Is that how it's working out for you? Where's that happy family that you really want to have? Where is that? Where is anything else to actually look forward to passing on if you fucking kick the bucket one day to the next? How's that work? How's life working out for you? You still complaining online? Is that how life is working out for you? Okay, excellent. Well, you know, I'll just say this, keep it up, and I mean, that's that, and what else am I gonna say? I don't have nothing else to say. Keep it up, man. I mean, somebody is going to make money off of your ignorance. Somebody's gonna make money off of your ignorance. That's what you really don't like as well. You don't like the fact that also you're not getting your fair share in life, and people are making money off of your not having a fair share in life. And I hate it. I don't like it either. But you gotta understand to a point where you gotta give credit where credit is due. You gotta look at things how they are. And I don't know, whoever's trying to help you in this fucking life or whatever you want to call it, matrix, fucking take it serious. Get off your little narcissistic high horse and actually pay attention. Or not. I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna keep buying houses. I'm gonna keep fucking buying houses, hotels, whatever the fuck you want to call them, and I'm going to keep listening to you complaining to help me fall asleep at night.